unshakable.
Okay, so this is a commentary of 3 Rook versus Setsuki matches because it goes from how Setsuki players should play against Rook to how they shouldn't. The first match I'm pretty dominant with Setsuki. The second I start to lose, and third I get destroyed. To start out, I'm doing the appropriate thing for Russian character versus Rook. I'm using safe low commitment moves, chip away damage, and retreat. With Setsuki, that's mainly doing her dive kicks and capes and throwing out kunai. So I do start using B, just try to mix it up and get through the defense. This is not a good choice. It's a 50-50 chance. If you use the kick, Rook can simply block and punish. And if you use the command throw, Rook can use his command throw to override it. In both cases, Rook can deal 2 damage and get you into his vortex, while you can only deal 1 damage. Usually. So typically this match has been considered Setsuki's to lose from the people I've talked with and in my own experience. Rook doesn't really have the tools to get in past Setsuki's pressure, and so a lot of it is up to Setsuki to make the mistake that will allow Rook to get into his Okizeme. That back A is also good pressure. It doesn't have the anti-air properties of the others, but it's still a good poke. One thing I do in this matchup is I will start the matchups relying more on the dive kick than the cape, because the dive kick is just a bit safer, has a bit more range. I guess it's a bit safer in that there's less time to react. But as it goes in and they start using more armored moves, I'll start relying on the cape more. That way I can get the 4 damage combo and break through the armor with the cape dive kick. You saw me catch Rook with the air super there. Rook is one of the easiest characters I find to actually catch with that air counter. A lot of it's because he doesn't have many options other than to attack in the air, and with his setup, if they go in the air, they're probably going to use some kind of attack. All right, so yeah, that was just bad on my part. One thing I have noticed, because I played Rook myself a fair bit, and playing against other Rooks, is that when you're just kind of early on and they get you into the vortex, they tends to be a pretty even third of the options. But if they have you down to 1 health, then Rook players tend to prefer their normal attacks over throws. And a lot of that's been because they'll catch a lot more. You don't have to worry about Yomi, and they recover faster. And obviously it works well for them because they only have to deal with damage. I didn't space that double cape well. If you don't know, if you time it properly with your jump, you can actually do a back cape, forward cape, neutral A combo, which if you have super can be another way to do the 4 damage combo. I saw recently, though I haven't tried it yet, that you can also do that with a back cape into dive kick. Used another bad B there, but Rook didn't punish it. Might have just been spacing, or just they didn't react fast enough. I do love the fact that just how even against Rook's 8 health, he really has to respect that 4 damage combo. Alright, so he catches me with Rook. Door Beaver catches me with the earthquake there, but it doesn't get me into vortex. Does catch me with the normal because I tend to be a bit jump happy. So third match, this is really just really lose it. Doesn't help that this is against a Door Beaver who's, I want to say he's in the ranked in the 30s. I'll check before I put out the video. So that was a good answer on the kunai from Rooks. Getting close. Managed to jump out of his normal attack there. One mistake I'm making here, though, is I'm only relying on that basic game, which is what you need to do, but the other part you need is that you need to that basic game of kunais and kicks is, the point of that is to keep the Rook player on the defense, and then you throw in other options in order to break through that defense. Just with the kunais and the kicks, you're not going to actually deal much damage. But well, in that case, that was a bad read. I thought he was going to jump, which is why I did the Starlight Cape. Catches me out Starlight with the Earthquake, and I'm pretty sure this is match. Yep, this is match.